Welcome everybody to Perpetual Backlog, episode 140. I'm your host Aqua, and joining me like always is Dalit.
Hey, back again.
And Alik.
Hey, I'm back again.
Hey, joy.
One of these days I'm gonna go in reverse order just to flip it on you guys.
It's gonna be really awful when I answer for Leak and scare people off.
Like, oh, Dalit was Leak all along. Huh.
Oh god, I was talking about giving Leak a very deep voice, but yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's been a week. Leak, have you been playing video games?
I've only been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
This is completely understandable. How many
That's
hours do you
the
have in
only
that?
thing. Because I've got multiple playthroughs and played with other people too, so I don't know. Let me check.
Like, is it triple digits for you yet, do you think?
I don't think so. I still definitely in the tens, but
Okay, so still only double digits.
Oh,
on Steam, show me the details.
I've definitely hit triple digits.
Oh yeah, because I didn't play any of the early access either, and I also work, so
a good 20 hours of my playtime is early access.
Oh, I was wrong. The total is 199 hours.
190.
Oh my god!
Oh, there you go.
So you have double my playtime.
Oops. I was like, no, I haven't played that much. I've got work and I don't always go play it at all some days. No, 199.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, I was really impressed by your ability to not play this game when I heard you were still in double digits. Good to know that you were not only wrong, but incredibly wrong.
Incredibly wrong. Total 199.1 hours.
Yeah, my Steam has you put at 70.8 hours recently.
Yeah, last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks is 70.
Oh goodness.
Oh man.
Oh.
Leak is a body that takes unplayed Baldur's Gate and turns it into very played Baldur's Gate.
It's very played Baldur's Gate.
You've beaten me in time, so
really
I only have 141.
I think.
Well,
this is the first, I think.
Dalit and I have taken a break from Baldur's
Gate. That's right. Our dear Leak was not here last week, so she doesn't realize that we needed a sabbatical because this game was doing stuff to us.
Yeah, I needed to step away because I'm in Act 3 and I'm loving it. It's just, man, I could probably put another 100 to 150 hours in this game. And I need not to do that right now. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty used to getting about 100 to 110 hours in, and that usually being the point of my platinum or my complete achievement run. Yeah, I'm nowhere near that with this game. I don't want to burn out, because if I burn out in this game, it's going to be a cataclysmic fireball. So I took a week off, did other things instead.
That's sensible.
Hey, if you don't have this issue, by all means, I love the fact that we went from double digits to 200 hours very quickly. I love that.
That surprised
so
me.
Much.
I was so convinced. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I didn't play it that much.
The way you said that, I was certain you were correct.
Yeah, because I played I've had a few starting games solo just to see what the beginnings are like, and then I settled on currently just playing on one solo. But I've also started a trio game. I've started a couple of duo games, and also on and off just jumping into someone else's game because they need someone to control this basically character created game character, which now you don't need to have in a party. You can bench them now.
Yeah,
you can put them in Wither's wardrobe, or what was the
you just shove them in a wardrobe.
Yeah. Oh, the devs are very funny.
I'm not gonna lie. When Leek said she only had double-digit hours, I was kind of over here pressing X to doubt because every time I look
I
over,
do
it
see her on a
seems
lot. That is true.
she's on, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"There's
I
no
know.
way."
Because I got real life work, and I also got commission stuff to do, so I was doing some of that. I don't know.
That was my thought. But I was like, well, just because I always see her on doesn't mean anything. Because it could just mean that when I'm not noticing, she's just not playing. She's got so much other work to get done. Turns out she can work and grind in Baldur's Gate.
Amazing. Well, there you go. I'm a gamer after all.
There's the proof we were looking for, as if we didn't already know.
How about you guys?
Dalit, you picked up a video game this week.
I did. I wasn't planning on picking it up immediately, but like I said, I needed to not be playing Baldur's Gate because it was getting to the point where I need to swap games after 100 and some odd hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I started up Holocure. No,
yeah.
I picked up Armored Core.
You did.
I did.
Oh.
I have played this franchise before. I played the first, second, and third games. I think the second and third game I played on PSP, so make of that what you will. I enjoy the series mostly. I didn't stick with it for anything it did wrong. I just ended up doing other things in the intervening years. But it was nice to hear it come back. Like I have fond memories of not doing classwork and playing on my PSP when I shouldn't have been. So, because this came out with the PSP, like I was playing like Crisis Core, Armored Core, Dissidia, and I don't even know what else I had. Like those were my PSP games. Oh, and Monster Hunter. Don't be silly me. Like I was just playing those games instead of doing work. It's amazing I had the grade point average I did. So yeah, I picked it up. I'm not terribly far in. It says I'm at 22 hours. Like 5 of those hours is literally me looking at my mech going, how can I make you pretty? And that's genuinely not even a joke. I didn't touch mech design until after I beat like the big wall that everyone talks about, the Act 1, the chapter 1 ending boss. And then since then I've just literally been like, okay, how can I weather my Gundam? God damn it. How can I weather my mech and make it look like a Gunpla? So I just spent 5 hours doing that, and it failed miserably, so I just scrapped it all. But yeah, I have like 15 hours in this game. I'm only through Act 1. I've been taking it pretty slow. I've gone back to redo missions time and time again. Not for S ranking or anything, but literally just to see more of the battlefields. It's really cool. I remember the handling scheme of this game being trash. I think some, if not all of that, has to do with playing on the PSP. But let's not pretend as if this game handled any better on the various PlayStation main consoles that came out on. I've been playing on mouse and keyboard, which has unlocked me. I have never played an Armored Core game that felt this good. It is so nice. And now, after beating that wall, I have access to a laser shotgun and a pile bunker. I don't even know if I'll change weapons again until the game forces me. But yeah, no, I've been really enjoying my time with this game. It is hard, genuinely. Like, I didn't struggle on the tutorial boss, but oh boy, I imagine a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm.
I then didn't have much issues until the end of chapter 1, where not Bolteus, but the fucker in front of him gave me a run for my money because I did not have the right weapons equipped. I desperately tried to brute force that unit. I think Sula was the name. No, I just switched weapons. He forced my hand. And then I switched back after getting absolutely dumpstered by Bolteus for like an hour. But I beat him. I got through all the walls. I did not get filtered yet. And the only other boss that I think I hear people talk about is the last one. So I'm feeling pretty confident in my ability to get through this game.
The last one or the very, 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 very last one?
Ibis is the name that keeps coming up, and people refer to it like as...
That is not the last boss.
Oh, I've been lied to. Okay. Well, that's a lot.
That is the millennia of that game, though.
So yeah, that's the one that people have talked about, and I keep hearing either you beat them in 10 seconds or GG restart. Don't know what that means yet.
I would go ahead and say Zero Lenny beat that boss by just punching it and kicking it. So I think anybody can beat that boss.
To be fair, he beat literally all the bosses by punching and kicking them.
True. Well, no, he beat one route. He beat one route by doing it.
True. This is all right. So there are 3 endings I hear.
Yeah.
And it requires first playthrough, new game, and new game. Sorry, new game plus and new game plus.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I look forward to that. If I get the same ending twice on any of those, I'm going to be very salty. But I'm assuming the branch is pretty obvious.
Yeah, the branch is very obvious.
Okie dokie.
There is a distinct decision you make.
All right, well that's cool. I mean, at the moment, I'm super pleased. I like the decal commissioning. It reminds me a lot of Call of Duty, which is probably a weird thing to hear for those of you that don't know.
Dicks everywhere.
And I doubt Call of Duty was the first one to do it, but the method in which you can make images is really novel.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed that. I enjoy the mechs. I like making mechs. I lied to you earlier. The real reason I've kept grinding missions is because I want to have all the things at all the times.
Money, credit.
Yeah. Do I plan on using half of these pieces? No, but I want them.
I've done that one mission where it starts off with fucking Walter going G13, eh? I'll stick with 621. I've heard that line so many times or whatever because that's the easiest one you can get like 170,000 from.
I forget which one was my grinding mission, like my actual grinding mission now. There's one I can get like a fat chunk of change pretty quickly on, and that's the one I just kept going. On the topic of the voice cast, I don't know. They're great. It's great. They don't have to be English, so the American cast works wonderfully. I love hearing Patrick Seitz. I think he gets pigeonholed into so many big guys. It's nice just to hear him not have to worry about the size of the person he's playing as. Yeah, it's been great. I heard Johnny Young Bosch, I think.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch is in it.
I heard Stephanie Shea for sure.
She's definitely in it, yeah.
Patrick is Walter, and I'm not sure who the other.
Did you figure out who DC Douglas was?
Is he fucking Sarge?
I mean, I don't think anybody calls him Sarge. I don't know what his rank is.
No, I forget what his name is, but every time he speaks, he reminds me of Sarge from Red vs. Blue.
Oh, okay, yeah. You mean Michigan?
Michigan, thank you. Yes,
that's DC
okay.
Douglas.
So I figured out that was DC Douglas, but if you hadn't told me to listen for that, I would have assumed that was DC Douglas.
I didn't know it was DC Douglas either until I looked up the list of voice actors in the game, and it said DC Douglas, Michigan. I was like, no fucking way.
It's so wild. I'm like, wait a second. I know he's in the game, and that did sound like him a little bit. This is the most different I've ever heard you sound. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I've been having a great time. I'll cut it off there, otherwise we'll be here for a bit.
I do have one more question about Armored Core. So it's very famed for having convoluted controls where you have to contort your hands to hold the controller a certain way. Is it the same?
No, this is what I was talking about earlier, and I think a lot of this. Yeah, I know Aqua's playing on controller. Maybe he'll be able to give you a better read on this because I'm not. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard. I really like that. It's also super customizable. It's not like supremely customizable, but all the necessary things can be rebound to more useful placements.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, I have an MMO mouse, so it's WASD to move Q and E for your shoulders. I think it was Q and E for your shoulders, which is fine, but that means I can't move forward without like really shifting my fingers over. I just put them on the 1 and 2 on my MMO mouse, and it's great. I can just never stop moving, never stop firing.
Controller wise, like I mean, it's your four weapons are bound to L2, R2, L1, and R1. So, there's that. You move around with the left analog stick. Move your camera with the right analog stick, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. So, like you have to click in the analog stick to do your boost, to do like the super boost or whatever. You can press square to do a quick boost. X is to use your thrusters to thrust upward, and I mean that's pretty much it. You up on the directional pad is a scan, and down on the directional pad scan, and up is to use a repair kit.
Yeah, it felt like whenever I pressed a button expecting it to do something, it usually did that thing. It felt pretty good. I did have, like I said, I rebounded a few things, but yeah, by much good control scheme. Feels like less carpal tunnel than usual coming out of this game, probably for the best.
You have carpal tunnel though; it hurts.
Yeah, I bet it isn't that good though. You are still pressing a lot of buttons, and I imagine
I'm still doing this.
Yeah, so this is one of those things, right? Where I've made this joke to Aqua a couple of times, but you play this game on controller the way that people play games on television, where they're just hammering every button, and no one plays games like that. You mess around with the sticks, and then you tap a button every now and again for most games. No, it does feel like you are hammering every button. When I watch people play on a controller, because I'm hammering a lot of buttons on my mouse and keyboard. So,
yeah, but it's a very sane control scheme. So
I agree.
And my current build in Armored Core is literally I don't actually have to do anything or whatever. I just hold down my triggers and then tap my bumpers and make sure that I'm aiming at what I'm aiming at, and then the thing dies because I'm cheesing the game with really OP build.
I am not. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with what I want to do until I can't, and then I try something else until it works. Because I'm on a big, heavy biped build.
I'll most likely run into something that takes me a little bit to get through, but from what I know, the current build at which I'm using, whatever, is like maybe one or two weapons off from being like the build.
Yeah, like I can't deny that I have heard the build, 2 Songbirds, 2 Zimmermans, and I asked you earlier what the fuck that even meant, because I didn't have access to them. So that'll be interesting. I'll tinker around it when I see it, but I would very much like to not have that be my build by endgame. But yeah, that's the Armored Core stuff. I did play a couple other games. I joked about it earlier. I did do a bit of Hollow Cure because that is a game I can play for 20 minutes at a time whenever I need, just to turn brain off and watch things on screen. And Blaze Blue had an update at the beginning of the week. On the 1st, it released the playable character S, who I hear was bugged right before release, and why she was not out with the launch of early access. And they are further implementing more sleek UI. I still my thoughts on the game have not changed. I'm 20 hours into it. I've done as much as I can do now that isn't just picking up every type of effect on every run. It's a very good game. It's a very good roguelike. It's not a Blaze Blue game, and it's still really weird that this is a Blaze Blue game. But clearly this company had a completed, very capable roguelike that probably was going to get buried, and they were able to attach to this a successful IP. So I don't know if this is a good thing, but also I hope other games, specifically fighting games, are looking at this and going, maybe we can get in on that. Because there's a lot of times where fighting game stories are pretty shit, but I really like the characters and would love to do more with them, other than a fighting game. So this has been a nice breath of fresh air for that.
Dude, fighting game Vampire Survivor.
I mean, not even, like, genuinely, and we've complained about it before, I'm going to complain about it again. Tekken 8, listen to me. Look at me, Harada.
Oh, yeah.
I'm asking for shit. Tekken Force is a great example of what I mean.
Yeah.
Just,
Force.
yeah, just let me take my favorite characters and just do cool things with them that
Just
don't necessarily mean fighting another person. Because I like fighting games. I will play fighting games for an embarrassingly long time, but even I will fall off before, like, the hardcores fall off. So it'd be nice to continue to have something to do with the thing I paid for.
Yeah. I mean, I love playing a beat 'em up in my fighting game. So.
Oh god, yes. Like, and another example I think is Streets of Rage 4 really does feel like I almost said Street Fighter. That is not what I meant. Not Final Fight. Yeah, Final Fight. A Final Fight game. It's great. And all the Final Fight characters have been wrapped into Street Fighter, so it might as well be. Like, this is the way. Anyways, that's all I got up to, I believe, unless I'm a liar and you can remind me of something else I did.
I don't know.
This is it. I have enjoyed my week. I have put less time into games than I would have liked, but work and life and whatnot.
Well, I can tell you that the wall of Armored Core, not so much of a wall anymore. All right.
Oh, people climbed over. Very nice.
It is now at 61.6% of players on Steam have gotten the achievement of attacking the watch.
Oh, okay, well, that's the one that I have easiest access to. Yes, it is at 62 even for me.
Yeah.
And hey, look at that. The tutorial boss is all the way up to 90%.
Yeah, so that's good on people. It's a bit disconcerting that only 65% of players that have completed the training programs. Training programs are very quick and easy, and you get.
You should definitely do them. Like, you should. Like, you definitely shouldn't skip them. I skipped them for like 2 missions before I decided, let me just pop in there really quick and see what's up. They give you things. Definitely do them.
And only 70% of players have upgraded your AC's OS. Like, come on, guys.
You should definitely do that.
Oh, man.
You should definitely. That's so useful. The kick, if nothing else, the kick.
I don't have feet, so I can't kick.
You can charge.
Man.
Matter of fact, I think the tank charge is supposedly the best charge in the game, unless I...
Yeah, but I can charge without the kick. The kick is just a kick. So
maybe that's what it is.
Mechs by default have assault charge on them.
Oh.
That's how Zero Lenny beat the fucking tutorial boss. He assault charged it.
No, yes, that's true. That is true.
So, but I mean, I haven't played the game since I fought. I haven't played the game since I fought the sweeper, or the cleaner, or whatever the fuck it's called. Because I was so mad that after Balteus, they immediately throw you into another boss. I was just like, come on, guys.
Oh yeah, I haven't even tried yet, so that'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, enjoy the next boss. It's not hard. It's just annoying.
Important. Can I realistically pile bunk my way to victory?
What does pile bunker do?
Just think of it as a big punch.
Maybe.
Okay, so I'm not going to set my expectations too high. Good to know.
There is a very small area in which you can attack this boss.
Oh.
Everything on this boss, it does not take damage. There is a very small window in the front of the boss that you have to attack specifically to damage it. It does have a thing. It has a thing on the top that you can attack too, but you have to attack the inside of it. So like the only way to actually attack the inside of it really is to shoot missiles, like the top-down missiles on it.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm just gonna shoot guns at this thing. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. What did I play this week? I played. I mean, literally minutes before starting this podcast, I was in the middle of a Holocure run.
Can confirm he was doing that.
But I had to stop to do the podcast. Damn podcast in my way. Man, I think the only other game I played this week, because I didn't play Armored Core this week, unless, no, because I had beat Balteus when we talked last, right, on the podcast.
I believe so. Yeah.
So, no, the only I got I've been playing Starfield.
It's true, you have, haven't you?
Oh, did you get
finding
it?
that?
Yes, I have Starfield. It is a Bethesda game.
Yes.
that is my one sentence review of this
Definitely
game.
can't say I'm surprised to hear it. Given, Bethesda and all.
It is a Bethesda game. I was telling Dalit earlier, it is so fucked, alright, that Cyberpunk 2077 runs better on my PC than Starfield does.
It's such a wild thought to me. It is,
and that was launch Cyberpunk.
Oh.
Wait, what?
So
launch
Cyberpunk.
Because I haven't played Cyberpunk since launch.
Well, we talked about downloading after the news of last week.
I downloaded it today, but I didn't load it up.
Oh, that's literally awful to hear. Because
I could at least play on medium settings with DLSS and get like 60 frames on Cyberpunk.
Funny you should mention DLSS though.
Yeah. On Starfield, one doesn't come with DLSS. All right, it comes with FSR2, which is the worst. I do have a mod for DLSS2. That being said, even with DLSS, I can really feasibly only run Starfield on low settings, and in most areas I get like 35 to 45 frames per second, which I mean is just fine enough to play Starfield. In space, I actually do get like 60 frames a second. Like dogfight battles, I actually do get decent frames. But on the ground, where there's texture and there's people, this game's optimized like ass. Not surprising, because it is definitely a creation engine game.
I don't get why this is an issue.
I don't get it either. I don't think the game looks any like graphically better than Fallout 4 does. There might be some instances where it kind of looks a little bit better, but like if I'm recalling back on my memories of playing Fallout 4, it doesn't really look any bit as better. And this world is not open. It's literally, this game is literally loading screen the video game, or fast travel the video game.
It is strange, isn't it? There were a lot of promises made by Starfield, maybe not by Bethesda or Xbox, but by the concept of Starfield and what they wanted, at least what they said they wanted it to be, that just seemed like they never could have been, given what's come out.
Mm-hmm.
There's the running joke of Starfield is just Fallout in space. And I think I argued
that's
earlier,
not a joke.
Yeah, and I argued earlier in the year that no, surely not. they've had time to see that and to be better about it. And obviously, they can't have Fallout 4 again. But yeah, like you just said, apparently that's what this is. It's Fallout with a better chat, or no, what was it? Persuasion engine.
Yeah, they do have a better persuasion system. Yeah, it's not just
So,
you hit the persuade button and you roll the dice on whether if you could persuade them or not. It's got a pretty good got like a point system that you can like choose options or whatever that has points or whatever, and the stuff that usually has more points to it are like the harder options, and that those choices or whatever are the if you click it and it's a dice roll on whether it actually goes through or not. But I mean, yeah, yeah, I don't understand. Like I'm I'm tempted after this podcast to actually load up Cyberpunk and see how well it runs.
It's gonna be great now after all the fixes they've actually made to it.
I imagine so, yeah.
And I'm like, how? Because like,
hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
Cyberpunk is an open world, and
Yes.
its world looks good. It's stylized like amazingly. The graphics of Cyberpunk look good. While I swap over to Starfield and it literally looks like Fallout 4 but in space. Or like on different planets. And I question myself to like Bethesda, why do you keep using the creation engine? All right, like fuck No Man's Fallout. Well, wait, not No Man's Sky, but Starfield was perfected in 2016 with No Man's Sky. It's clear that Starfield wanted to be like a No Man's Sky, but they missed out on everything No Man's Sky was. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. I think the hype build-up around this game, which was not Bethesda and Xbox's fault, has kind of come back to do them a disservice here.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, I don't think Starfield's bad. I mean, I think it's a Bethesda game. I think this could again be the next Skyrim, where it's just fucking shoved in our face in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And mods will probably fix it. Like, I mean, I already have like a performance boost mod and the DLSS2 mod and stuff in there just to like, I guess, put band-aids where they need to be. And it runs okay. I haven't ran into any like actual issues or whatever, and I haven't ran into really any bugs either yet. I mean, I don't have that many hours in the game. I haven't actually been sitting there like actually like playing it like all day every day, but I mean, I've run into the normal Bethesda fucking bullshit that you can run into, like when you walk into a door and one of the and a fucking like furniture flies across the goddamn room for some reason, or some
no heads.
Yeah, some annoying news or some annoying noise is like fucking like continuously going on, or what else?
Yeah.
I did run up against somebody that was just invisible. You know, those normal
classic.
Yeah, the classic Bethesda like bugs. Classic Bethesda features.
Do you think it'll pull a No Man's Sky? Oh god, you got me saying No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is correct. Clearly the game itself is Polish.
And they'll improve it over time.
I mean, they could. I mean, it's
not
always
the
a
same
possibility.
issues, though, is it?
No, it's not.
Like these are all very Bethesda-ish problems to have. So, do we think that Bethesda is going to grow in that regard? Like, they had an opportunity. Everyone was giving them all the rope in the world to change, and they hung us with it. But I guess I shouldn't say that, because technically, as far as I hear, it is less buggy.
So, like, I mean, I think Bethesda will probably go in and like maybe put in some optimization patches and stuff like that. Like, that's obvious. This is a game they obviously wanna keep going for a while, so they kind of have to do that. Other stuff that like I wouldn't say needs to be fixed, but like quality of life, a lot of quality of life stuff that'll come down from the community putting mods in, because they did it for Fallout 4, they did it for Skyrim, et cetera, et cetera.
The mods came out so fast.
Yeah, mods came out super fast. There hasn't been any like amazingly cool mods to release yet for Starfield. I still haven't ran into anything making the character creator better, because by God, those hairstyles are absolutely god fucking awful.
Not very good, or when they are decent, when they are at least well put together, they're boring.
I'm going to need the modders to help me out on that one. Like I don't think I don't think it's a bad game. Do I think it's worth $70? No. 60, maybe 50, most likely. But I'm 14 hours in the game, all right? So there could be something like super awesome, amazing later on in this game. There's no level cap in this game, so you towards the end you'll end up getting all the perks anyway. It's a creation engine game, so console commands still exist. Though even though I have the mod that enables Steam achievements or whatever, apparently if you use the console commands, it actually kind of just removes you from being able to do achievements in general. Because I should have gotten an achievement for hitting level 10. And since I did a console command to increase my carry weight, because I think that is the most morally sound console command you can use in any Bethesda game, because carry weight is absolutely god awful in Bethesda games. I haven't gotten the achievement for hitting level 10, so I think that kind of fucked me up. But I don't care about achievements in this game. What else is there? I did come across a layer. Like, I got a quest to go to this layer of a space pirate or whatever. And a long gone space pirate. And I was supposed to rate the quest was to like go to the layer. There's a bunch of people there that you had to fight, because they're also looking for whatever's in this layer. Then there's like some traps and some puzzles you have to go through, and then at the end you get the person that owns the layer. You get their ship and their armor, which is really cool. It's a legendary ship and a legendary armor.
Nice.
So I got that. That was really cool. Yeah, and I did it like under leveled, because the enemies there are like towards the end are like level 28, and I'm only at the moment I'm only like level 11, so it was a little rough. I had to run past like the last two enemies, because I couldn't realistically kill them. I didn't, one, didn't do enough damage, and two, they would like 3-hit me. So I'd like run past them and hopefully not get like hit. But I did get the ship and everything, so that's cool. I think it's an alright game. I mean, it's about I probably feel the same way as I did when I was playing Fallout 4 for the first time. So, yeah, I think it's okay. That is all I played this week, but I did do one other thing.
Oh yeah.
I watched the One Piece live action Netflix.
Oh, I do want to see it. I've heard good things about it.
It is really good.
Yes.
It is actually absolutely it is unreal how good One Piece live action is.
Great.
I think they got the casting 100% correct. The guy that plays Luffy, oh my god, he is in it. I guess he really wanted to play Luffy at some point in time in his life or whatever. Oda was the creator of One Piece or whatever. They had final say on who they got for casting.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense because he's already cast them out in his head. He's already done if they were real, this is what every country of origin would be.
Yeah, so that's the whole reason why Luffy's Hispanic,
Brazilian, I believe, specifically.
Right. Oh yeah. Nami's a basically a white girl. Usopp's black. All that. That's the whole reason why the whole cast is like that. Yeah, it's man. Cowboy Bebop fans, they're seething. They are seething.
Let me tell you, I've not watched this yet, but literally everyone saying nice things has actually. I'm excited for you. I'm really happy you're doing well, but it should have been me. How did you fuck up mine? It should have been me. How did you fuck up mine? Mine is so much easier to do. How did you? One Piece. One Piece is easier.
It seems impossible, right?
But I haven't watched it yet. But I've also heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, I implore you guys to watch it. It is really good. It takes itself seriously as much as One Piece does.
Yeah, in the right ways, right?
Yeah, in the right ways. Because there's no cheeky winks or whatever about some stupid fucking joke. You have characters that look absolutely fucking ridiculous, but they're playing the character that they have. And they're playing that character very seriously. They're playing it as if they actually are that character. They did change around a lot of things and how in the order that they happen. There's a reveal between Luffy and somebody that doesn't happen until episode 400 and something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they do it.
A long wait for
that. They condensed probably about 40 to 50 episodes of an actual anime into 8, and it's paced very well.
Good.
Really One Piece. One Piece is the anime that breaks through. Not Full Metal, not Cowboy Bebop. One Piece. That's the most cartoon anime is the one that gets the best live action treatment. Well, I have Netflix. I'm absolutely going to watch at this point.
Yeah, it's really good. I watched it with Zeke the past 2 nights. We binged half of it one night and then the other half of it the other night. It's I think the castings absolutely it baffles me how good the casting was or whatever, because you'd think looking at it, it'd be this can't be good. This has got to be so fucking stupid or whatever. It is unreal. For the person they got for Kobe or whatever, the person playing Kobe plays Kobe so well.
Yeah.
All right. The person that plays fucking the Zoro has some of the best lines ever, because he's honestly Zoro feels like the self-insert character where you're sitting there man, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, he's always yeah. It's like, what the heck is happening?
he's like, I just want to sleep.
Do they all have their individual laughs? Still, the she, ki, and stuff like that.
No.
That's probably for the best. That's one of those anime mannerisms I don't think would have transferred.
No, I think some
or
of
maybe
the...
Shanks, because I think Shanks just had a big old da ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like, I mean, I just watched it earlier, but I didn't actually pay attention to the laughs.
Maybe it's just subtle.
Even though I know the laughs are like a big thing for One Piece, because all like the pirate captains have their own distinct laugh. I think Admiral Graf has a laugh. Vice Admiral Graf, I think he's got his Grap or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Garp.
I think Garp, yeah. I think he has a laugh, but he's also a weird character in general.
Okay.
Oh, I thought Garp was slightly more grounded than other characters. I'm big emphasis on that slightly, by the way. Oh boy, I mean, it's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
He wears a dog hat. Like, well, in the anime,
we're talking about Garp.
We are talking about Garp. The guy wears a dog hat. He wears a dog. He
does. I'm thinking about Doberman. Like,
yeah.
He also does in fact wear the dog. Right. I've forgotten about that. It's been a while. I'm used to his actual face now.
But Garp is also kind of unhinged considering who he is, which, by the way, they reveal.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
They should. I don't think it's a secret.
Well,
Garp is.
I know, but the thing is that thing was Garp wasn't really a character that doesn't get really introduced until episode like 400.
Yeah.
Was he not really?
He doesn't come into play until after the Grand Line.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's one of the things that they do super early.
I mean honestly correct. They should have. I'm happy they did it.
So yeah. No, it's really good. God,
I forgot about Garp's stupid dog hat.
Yeah. 100% this is getting a season 2. Like, there's no way this isn't.
It would be an uproar, a huge uproar.
I am not mad, but goddamn, it is cool. It is cool. It's just weird. Bloody Death Note, Full Metal, Bleach, Cowboy Bebop. I think at every point, everyone said that's a sure thing. It translates so well to real life. I don't know how they could mess it up. One Piece. So hear me out. What if we did the stretchy anime, but live action?
Like some of the graphics do look a little jank or whatever.
Sure,
like
sure.
There are some instances where like the green screen's kind of a little weird, or like some of the coloring is a little off or whatever. Generally, most of Luffy's animations pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Hell, even fucking Buggy's anime, like even in the trailer where it showed Buggy doing his like chop move or whatever.
Yeah.
That looked off at first or whatever, but in the actual series it looks a bit better. And then obviously he has more stuff where he's like doing like a lot of his like fucking devil fruit shit. So
yeah, people have been pretty high on Buggy, which surprised me because frankly, of all the characters we saw from trailers, he was the one I was most iffy on. Because
let me tell you,
everyone else made sense. Like whoever is the actual casting director and the set dresser, fucking great work.
Let me tell you what, the Joker had a very good influence on the world. All right, because it's weird to think like when you watch One Piece and you look at Buggy or whatever, you don't think of the Joker, but when you watch One Piece at live action, you think of the Joker. You think of the Joker when you look at this Buggy, and he acts very unhinged in the show, in the series, or like in the live action series. So That's very good.
Yeah, no, buggy at
Arlong
first,
was
it
pretty
was-
alright.
Yeah.
Arlong was pretty much Arlong.
It has to be sinister
Yeah.
and meanie.
Yeah, and they've definitely set it up for season 2. Like it ends right before they get to the Grand Line. So
Okay.
So I assume episode 1 of season 2 will be they get to the Grand Line.
Their CG is gonna be tested when it comes to Chopper.
So I said that before this came out. They have a lot of not human people in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure do.
And so I think Chopper's going to be okay.
Okay. Because he does transform a lot.
The whole he doesn't do it that much in the beginning though. So I think he does like one transformation, like when he's initially introduced. But again, But again, that probably won't be too much of an issue because you also have the fucking CG with like Luffy goes from being a fucking stick to like
a ball.
A ball. So
that is very fair, honestly.
Okay, good.
Though I mean, to be fair, I think there is some reason for like, you have this completely VFX character next to all these real people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it sounds like they'll have it sorted.
I do like how they did the Den Mushi.
The what?
The snails.
The snail.
Yeah, the snail fins.
That was one thing that a lot of people did not expect that they would have in the show, but they do have a lot of like actually a lot of people thought that they would be CG, but they're not. They're actual props.
Yeah.
They're like animatrons.
I also just assumed they were just gonna be CG.
No, they're like actual props.
So like we're going full Star Wars on that aspect then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
They made one after Oda as well. Oda, yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah.
It's got this hairstyle and the dicky bow.
So yeah, I mean, like the whole second half of the series has nothing but like almost nothing but fish people in it. So I assume Chopper shouldn't be that bad.
Oh yeah, and the mermaids.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the fish people because of Arlong.
Yes.
Arlong is entirely a fish guild or a fish pirate crew.
Yes.
Outside of
Fishman crew. Yes.
Outside of Nami. But yeah, I am generally happy that at least one anime got a good live action adaptation.
Yes.
Now they just need to get more. They need to get better at doing other ones because Cowboy Bebop shouldn't have failed as much as it did.
It really shouldn't have. No.
It is like the more grounded one that it should have like passed, or hell, Death Note should have also passed because the weirdest thing about Death Note would have been Ryuk, and oddly enough, the best thing about the Death Note live action was Ryuk.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Though to be fair, let's be real.
Willem
Who
Dafoe
was playing Ryuk? Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, the guy that
Willem Dafoe could play goddamn Nami, and I would be down.
Oh, the guy that plays Grap or Garp or whatever.
Garp.
He's probably the most known actor in that show. He's played in 300. He's played in Troy. He's played in
Regan.
Yeah. He's played in a bunch of big movies or whatever. He's like I think he is the biggest actor in that show.
I don't know. There were giants in One Piece?
All right.
Oh my god.
You just ruined it, Nolan. Come on.
We have to delete this show now.
Yeah. Anyway, for those of you who haven't watched the live action One Piece, go watch it. Go watch it. It's
I know I will.
It is pretty good. But now we get to move on to the news. This week we've had news this week.
News.
Yeah, and a lot of it's a mixed bag. Some good, some bad.
Yes.
Yeah. First on the list is a bad piece of news. Or I guess you know what? It's bad, and it's also kind of expected.
100%.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Embracer Group, the owners of 18 billion game studios right now because they just keep buying a bunch of shit. They shut down Volition Games, which is the studio behind stuff like Saints Row and Red Faction. Not at all surprised, considering how bad Saints Row has been the past decade. But yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be honest with you. When this news came out earlier this week, I was surprised because I thought this had already happened.
Oh.
I don't know why I was so confident in that, but I was like, yeah, of course they're being. We've known about this for months, and apparently we haven't. So I'm trying to figure out who I am confusing them with.
You're just prolific.
Yeah, just psychotic, psychic. But yeah, as you say, like this is not a surprise. The losses sustained by specifically this last outing on Saints Row was bad. It was not good. I do not think any amount of money was actually made back on this game.
Nope.
And for a studio that was just recently brought back, that's, well, I guess not brought back, but that recently just fell under a new umbrella. That's a bad look because this is what happens. You get shut down and your everything gets redistributed under that umbrella. I can't exactly say my heart breaks for Volition. I know that they did just put out that, in retrospect, heartbreaking update about it's been a great 3 years. We look forward to seeing 3 more, like 30 years, and we look forward to seeing 30 more, and then promptly get shut down. That is, I'm so sorry that you were so excited and then had to say you were shuddering. And I do feel bad for all the devs. Obviously, this is always the worst part about news like this. The IPs will always be safe. The people now need to find work.
Yeah.
Yes. That is always the downside of studios getting shut down.
Just so.
Yeah, and I think they had to quickly push out like because I think recently there was a DLC for the newest Saints Row.
Correct.
They had to like I think they had to like quickly push that out because I feel like they kind of knew that they were gonna get shut down. But I don't know. It's a bit weird because I expected them to get shut down because the last good game that they made was Saints Row 2, and that was a while ago. So they've had.
I liked Saints Row 3.
Yeah, well, you're out of you're like the exception.
Fair.
It's widely known that Saints Row 2 was the best one.
Oh no, I agree. I just happened to like Saints Row 3. I thought it was a supremely playable Matrix game. I refuse to be told I was wrong on this.
But that came out in 2008. So it's been a hot minute.
I guess like there's a lot to go towards the shutdown. Like, for instance, the new Saints Row reboot was expected to reboot the IP. It certainly won't be doing that. And it cost, I think, $100 million to make.
Yeah,
I want to say that was the number. That was the number that was being bandied about, was $100 million, which to me makes no sense because I would never give Saints Row that much money.
Yeah.
Saints Row is like an arcadey version of Grand Theft Auto and should probably be funded as well. aside from that, it has been a while since their last games. I mean, even with the Gat Out of Hell, it's still been a bit. So to take a rather heartless stance for a moment, this company has just been sucking up a lot of resources for the past little bit, and the return was most certainly not what anyone in any amount of power could see and be happy with. And I think that's why I just assumed that they like this announcement happened months ago, because this was the most seeable thing all year. I mean, it still sucks, but I suspect the devs will find a new place to go. I certainly hope so. We say that like it's always a sure bet, but you never know. And all these IPs are all safe. Like that's something that I want to make clear now. The IPs might be hibernating for a bit, but they will always have a home. This is sad because of devs.
Yeah. Moving on. It was reported that SAG-AFTRA was going to go ahead and allow their video game actors to also go on strike. An authorization was sent out to members recently, and it looks like it'll be affecting some. Obviously, it'll be affecting some pretty big companies like Activision, EA, Epic, Take-Two, Insomniac, and WB Games. And more.
Okay, they were allowed to join. That's good.
So yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because phrasing matters in this case. Is this a case of you are allowed to join, or is this a case of we are now calling on our union members in this sector to start the strike?
Probably both.
Because as pedantic as that sounds, there's a difference there, and it's important.
Because last I heard, they were they're allowed to vote on it.
Yeah, and the vote went through.
Okay.
So I guess we are now voice acting striking.
Which makes sense, because we have in the past several months reported on multiple cases of AI being seen as problematic by either members of the voice acting community, or we've heard stirrings of AI in one way or another starting to be used more liberally in that sector. And when that rolls in, if they do not have the same safety nets in place that Hollywood does, they will never get it, and they will be bullied out, because voice actors, as always, are second-class actors. So I am genuinely happy that this is not an opt-in thing, that this is a no, we are expanding our range to you, because that means when the various unions, when the union comes to the table, they will also be repping the voice acting side of things, and it will be a meaningful change, and that's going to be huge. Because I'm still a little sad that Erica had to go through what she had to go through, and that's we've been seeing that for months, and she was just the first person to take offense at that. So this is good. This is good. It's going to suck for the short term.
Yes.
Because the one thing to take away from this is our favorite actors probably aren't going to be hurt too much by this. And whilst at the end result is a better place to work for all actors, this is going to be real rough for people who aren't getting enough work, because now they have to risk being called a scav, or just not get work and have to work somewhere else for a bit.
Yeah.
It sets them back. Obviously, this is true of Hollywood as well, of TV and film. I just can speak more eloquently on this side of things.
And the big companies have already tried to basically starve out their workers by
absolutely.
That's a tactic they've already tried to use. So I'm not being like sneaky about it either. They've outright said like, oh, you'll just not how you pay your bills and blah blah blah. I'm like,
this is for all of them. Like we just have to outweigh them, because the companies all do know that they can outlast anyone who's working as it's actually their livelihood, and not just like a further passion or a hobby. This will hurt them pretty great. But when the other side of it is what Disney tried to pull with let's hire in a bunch of background actors once and have their likeness for eternity.
Yep.
If they're willing to do that for Hollywood, boy oh boy, they were going to do that in the games industry as well. So.
Yep, definitely.
Yep.
So big support for the people striking.
Yes.
Let's hope they don't have to do it for long, but let's hope
Yes.
that work absolutely gets done.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
Moving on. So there was a I think it was that game. I don't know what was whatever Creative Business Unit 3 was doing. They had like a little stream go on.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere for me. What was this about?
I have no idea. I think it was just a celebration or something.
Hell yeah, celebrate Creative Business Unit 3.
Yeah. Anyway, they had a stream go on where they went on to announce that they're doing 3 updates for Final Fantasy 16. Yoshi came out and said that there will be a free update, which is out now, where you are able to have weapon glamour, so you can change your weapon to look like any of the other weapons in the game.
Hell yes.
And there are going to be alternate outfits for the main cast, which I think includes Clive, Jill, Joshua, and Torgal?
Torgal was named among them, yeah.
And Ambrosia.
And Ambrosia, yes.
Yeah. So those will also they will all have alternate outfits. I've seen a few of them. They look like the one for Jill looks pretty good.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. It's not that I don't trust them. I just when I hear multiple outfits, I'm like, so does that mean we're getting like Act 1 Clive and
no, they're like they're
Jill?
different. They're different colors. I think the alternate one for Clive doesn't have a cape. And
okay.
Like different colored. The one for Jill is more white than anything, has like a lot of white on it.
Now, Leek's the resident artist, but I'll say my little piece here. I think Clive not having a cape is such a good idea, because that cape, as cool as it is, hid so much fucking detailing that art department had to put into his back.
Yeah.
And it's just black for most part. So it is strange that he had a cape that wasn't optional to begin with. I think it's cool as hell. But realistically, I'm not making a new point. I am absolutely stealing this point from someone else I heard. Having a cape is actually kind of a silly decision.
But it's so cool.
Yeah.
But it's so cool.
The swishy cape is cool, but that armor, they would have had to have designed the back of it as well. You have to do turnarounds of a character.
Yeah, the moment that someone said that to me, I was like, oh no. You don't see anything. No. Like, why put his big fancy sword on his back if we're not going to see it?
Yeah, true. And the other 2 updates that they announced for it are going to be 2 paid story DLCs that will be shown off in the future.
Now, I cannot wait. I imagined 16 was very much not the game of the year that people were really hoping for it to be, but I freaking loved it. So, I am looking forward to this. I suspect at least one of those DLCs will probably rectify the issue that so many people have with the ending. Not the definitive nature of it, but the fact that it was perhaps not definitive at all.
Like, just give clarity on it.
Oh no! Wait, did they pull a Final Fantasy 15?
That is as far as I'm willing to go. Because like that, like genuinely, we can't say anything more. It's so
hey,
integral.
Me, Dalit, and Zeke did a spoiler cast for it that we recorded for one of the podcast nights. You should go check it out.
Oh, okay. I will do that. I don't think I'll ever have time really to play this anytime soon.
Well, I'll warn you, it's going to be background talk because it's like 4 hours.
Oh wow, 4. That's a lot to cover.
It's like 3 to 4 hours. Yeah.
It's okay.
Maybe.
So, what do you think these 2 story DLCs will be? Spanning from?
I think one will give clarity on the ending.
Correct. I agree.
And another will talk about an icon we didn't see.
Yes,
okay.
I suspect you are right on both.
Yeah.
However, I will also say I want a Sid DLC, guys.
You want a Sid DLC, yeah.
I want a Sid DLC so badly. But realistically, yeah, I think Aqua nailed it with both of those introductions.
I'm interested. I know Yoshi P did say that information on the information on that the 2 DLCs and a PC port will be talked about before the year's end. So.
This is another reason why I have to wait anyway.
I understand
PC.
why. I really wish that Sony wasn't so in love with non-first party games not coming out on other, I guess this is less of a Sony thing and more of a Square thing. Square is not a Sony first party developer, but you would never know that.
Do they get paid like they are?
I am absolutely sure they do. I want Leek to play this game so bad. I would buy this game for her if it came out right now on PC.
I have to beat Baldur's Gate 3 first.
It's true, you just wouldn't touch it for another 300 hours, but you'd have it. It'd be there.
Oh god, don't say 300. That's very likely at this point.
I'm not saying that to tease you. I genuinely believe that, knowing where you are on your playthrough. Well,
I'm only in Act 2.
Yeah,
I haven't reached 3 yet.
It's realistic with how many different profiles. It's gonna be a while. You're gonna be a while there. Enjoy your time on the Sword Coast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god, I got that bug. I got that bug in Baldur's Gate 3 where you suddenly realize one other camp member is in love with you, and what did I do? So I ended up accidentally breaking Karlach's heart, and I was like, "No, baby girl, I'm so sorry,
you monster!"
I was like, "What did I do?"
No, yeah, this is something that they brought up that I didn't understand at first. I just thought Gale was super easy to woo, but even after breaking off the romantic aspect of it, I also had to go through this. Later on, I had to break Gale's heart because I am trying to woo Karlach. And they apologized that there's a whole.
It's those two, I think. Yeah, Gale is most likely to bug out. It's so weird.
You guys are weak. I only talk to one character and one character on. And her name is
God's little princess. Yeah.
Yes, it is God's little princess.
Weak? That's the easy, basic bitch.
So
no, Astarion is technically the basic bitch.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but you have to be a baddie for that.
Exactly. It's so easy to get him to disapprove of you. Shadowheart is without a doubt the easiest person to woo in this whole game.
No, actually, that is a lie. That is actually a lie.
Well, Lae'zel's easy to bang. Lae'zel's easy to bang, but it's not the same as being in love.
The easiest person to woo is Minthara.
No.
Oh, that's not
absolutely
easy.
Not.
No, you know how bad it feels to hurt everybody in the group?
Yeah. You have to literally genocide a people. What are you talking about?
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's just pressing buttons. That's easy. It's just pressing buttons.
I don't know you anymore, Aqua. I don't know you.
You're a monster. Though that said, I do hear that after that, she is actually pretty easy to get on with.
Yeah,
but it does require quite the
it requires you to be evil.
They wanted to bang the drow. I was like, okay, I'll just follow along, and I almost cried the whole time.
It requires you to be evil, but wooing Shadowheart requires you to be good. Or wooing Karlach requires you to be good.
That's absolutely true, though.
Yeah,
Karlach
so,
is
I
not
mean,
down for evil
She's the
monsters.
nicest. It's Will, Gale, and Karlach are so nice. They are
Meanwhile,
so lovely.
yes, exactly.
Yasin as
if
well.
I do an
They're
evil,
all great.
If I do an evil playthrough, I'm taking Shadowheart Astarion and
Well,
Lizelle. I mean,
with me.
she's
so-
just hardcore military.
Yeah, she's just pragmatic,
Very, very.
Shadowheart also doesn't like wanton, like, just attacking thing or whatever. She disapproved a lot of going through a lot of the stuff to like get Minthara or whatever. But like literally,
she doesn't like violence against children and stuff like that.
Yeah, literally after attacking the grove or whatever, Minthara's like, "We fuck tonight." Because I want.
She's just drow Lae'zel. Interesting. Okay.
She doesn't join your party immediately. I think she joins up on your party after Moonrise.
That makes sense. Okay.
No, like if you attack the grove and you're still trying to be friendly with Shadowheart after the party, where it's a goblin party instead, she gets hammered. And you're like, "Are you good?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah, I'm not drunk. You are. I'm fine. I'm a badass Sharon person. I don't care about this shit."
She's trying to drink. She's trying to drink her sorrows away.
Yeah,
so Shadowheart.
That's definitely true. But also, I do remember on the other side of it being, not a horrid monster partying with the tieflings, that she literally mentions, when I saw them, I really didn't care about them. This is all quite a surprise to me.
Yeah,
all right.
She's actually a nice person. No, you see that switched that wrong way. She actually realized, helping people, it actually feels good.
Yes, no, this is true. But my immediate thought wasn't that. My immediate thought was, so if I were to attack them, you would have been down.
So I guess the reason why Shadowheart's actually the easiest one to do it is because Shadowheart's development is based solely on the main character or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there is an instance in Act 2 where you pretty much get the choice. You get pretty much a choice of Shadowheart being a good person or a bad person.
This game is so good. Like, I went into this game seeing Shadowheart going, all right, well, you're the boring, pretty girl that everyone's going to fall in love with. And I'm right, except for the boring bit, because I even found myself going, God, she's so good. Oh, no. Oh, no, the horrid woman got me, too. Like, there's no character that isn't fantastic in this.
No, really. They go through arcs that are really well done. Each and every one of them. You're missing out.
Astarion is a giant piece of shit, to be certain, but also fantastic.
Yeah, you find out stuff about them. You're like, oh no, you want a hug? Oh,
actually, yes.
And this is for every character, even Lizelle.
Even Lizelle,
yeah. No, she has to go through shit. She's been brought up a certain way, and then there are certain like things that through the story you're like, what the fuck? Why is D&D like this? Why is the lore like this? It could be written better. But Lizelle itself as a character, she has to realize stuff about, her own life. That is a lie. She's been brought up on a lie.
It's so cool.
But this isn't a podcast about Baldur's Gate at the moment.
It could be, though.
It could be.
Apparently, yeah. I could talk about
Aqua could talk 200 hours worth of this game.
But
oh my god.
But we're an hour and 20 minutes into a podcast that we already started, and it wasn't about.
Yeah, we should probably move on.
All right.
Yeah. Last bit is not news per se, but just covering a bit of social shit that was going on in the whole gaming sphere community this week. Man, apparently. Oh, okay. So, guys. You've all played Pokemon before, right?
Pokemon? What?
Pokemon, yeah. Y'all played Pokemans before, right?
Yes, of course.
What's the first thing Pokemon asks you?
Hey, are you a boy or a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of people not liking that Starfield asks you what your pronouns are.
Yeah.
Even so, there's some British guy on fucking that had like a fucking 2-minute rant about it.
He had a full
just a rant. He went bright red. He fucking screamed at the top of his lungs.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here like thinking, bruh, it's just asking you if you're a guy, girl, or a they, them. Like, I mean, it's literally one added option to a Pokemon character creator.
Yeah, it's not just him either. There's Dr. Disrespect as well doing the same thing. It's always a false. Now this is my argument. These are false flags.
Yeah,
because they always either say, "Oh, pronouns, you're pushing it on us," or "I don't want politics in the games." These are false flags. They are fucking hypocrites, each and every one of them. Especially this British guy. Is it Heels the baby face?
Yeah.
Now he complained about the pronoun use in the character creation, which is a choice. And he's not against pronouns himself because he will call himself he, him, I. He doesn't talk like Elmo, right?
Elmo
he doesn't talk like Elmo in his real life, so he is fine with pronouns, and he is fine with politics because I looked at his YouTube. He defended Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, this is the one that I saw come up.
Yeah, he defended it. Like, and that game, you can choose presets between a female body type or a male body type, and the way it does gender and pronouns instead in that game. You can choose either you're a witch or you're a wizard, and you can mix it up. There are also trans characters in that game.
Yeah.
So he has no problem with that, actually. He's a hypocrite. The reason why he defended Hogwarts Legacy, I have no doubt, because he even made videos about this, is because it was getting, quote-unquote cancelled, right? People were boycotting it because of the author and their stance on trans issues. So he gleefully defended Hogwarts Legacy. He's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like he does like politics. Hogwarts as a world building thing has so much politics in that world. So many. So yeah, no, he's a hypocrite.
Oh, for sure.
And he instantly went back to playing Starfield. Like
after. Yeah.
That is my favorite part. They don't even have it in them to not engage with this.
Yeah,
like, no.
He not sincere at all. He's just bouncing on like whatever he's doing. Like no, like what? And I say this is a false flag. Is what the actual issues they are having trouble with is certain. Like I will say it. They don't like trans like issues. They don't like that. They don't want to even hear about it. They are comfortable in their bubble. They're comfortable in their bubble and they don't want it popped. They don't want to have their worldview challenged. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
The surest way of getting away from all this is? Tell your reps to not make such a big deal about trans issues and just sign the fucking laws into place. The sooner that this becomes normalized, the less you have to deal with it to this degree, because now it's not thrust upon you. Now it becomes a part of your everyday life, like everything else.
Yes.
And we can move on. It's only a big deal because you all politically want it to be.
Yep. And I stated like, man, where was the backlash of fucking Cyberpunk when you were able to put like dicks on women in that game? Where's the backlash in Baldur's Gate where you were able to do that?
Yeah. You can mix up anything, and it's
there
great.
there was backlash for Baldur's Gate. Let me tell you, I'm so sick.
Was there? I missed that one.
Yeah,
so
definitely missed it.
It's not to the same degree. Obviously, no one blew up for it. But as someone who trolls around on like the forums of various places, oh yeah, let me tell you, they weren't pleased with Baldur's Gate either.
Wow, I missed that one.
For the best.
Oh boy, I can imagine.
But yeah, I can't imagine anyone cared about Cyberpunk, and I think that has more to do with.
I mean, the whole theme of is like transhumanism, right?
Just so.
Yeah, it's just it's the thing. It's one of the aspects of Cyberpunk. Which also Cyberpunk is also very political. that's one of the main story
so.
themes. That's one of the story themes embedded in the genre of cyberpunk. Yeah, so it's not about politics. It's not actually really about pronouns, except certain ones. So yeah, it's they won't say it out loud. Notice that.
People just wanted to make a big stink about, like, they see one thing that they can make a huge like problem with, and they just do it.
No, they want to say it out loud because they know it's wrong.
Yeah,
they won't say it out loud because they know it's wrong, and people will look down on them, and they'll have to take responsibility. They won't do that. They'll false flag instead.
Yeah. Anyway, Starfield's based.
Yeah. Well, besides the Bethesda aspects.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Funny about that. That is not the only issue we could bring up about that game. So maybe not quite as base as we all hoped.
I mean, it's like it shouldn't be a thing anymore. Like unfortunately, they want to dehumanize people at any chance right now. It's awful for people out there. Awful. So yeah, fucking.
Yeah. It was like so easy to tell, like to be like counteracting to that guy or whatever, because one of his like main things was like, I play this game for escapism and shit like that. And I'm like, well, also people play video games for inserting themselves into a world or whatever, and you can't insert yourself into a world if it doesn't give you the option to actually insert yourself into that world.
And like, he's not the only person playing it. The game wasn't specifically made for him. The white guy, straight male protagonist thing isn't the center of the universe anymore, because they're looking outward and wanting to include other people that are numerous. So many people identify as whichever right now. It's becoming more and more open because they're not getting murdered as much anymore, right? I guess.
It's also a game about fucking space travel or whatever.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There's so many more people. There's so many. There's aliens and shit. Like, I mean, like, come the fuck on, man. People are weird. People have issues.
People just I hate, and they're harming themselves too. Honestly, how many how stressed he fucking is. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh God, yeah. I thought he was gonna have a heart attack.
An aneurysm, most likely.
Holy shit!
He's forcing into his face. But yeah, we're not here just to rag on him. He was just wrong, straight up.
Yeah.
Bethesda.
And anybody who has the
Bethesda
same
game.
And anybody who has the same opinion as him is also just wrong.
It's ridiculous. Bethesda made a game about the future, using the present as a base. Of course, this is what we get. Let's move past that. Enjoy the game for what it is. Bugs be damned. And,
features. Features.
Yeah,
it's a Bethesda game. The bugs are features.
True.
Yeah, no, I always have a soft spot for freaking bugs in games, so I'm looking forward to any compilation video.
Whilst we are on Starfield, hey, have you guys heard anything about the mods going on in that game?
No, tell me.
So there are plenty happening, and one seems to have gained a bit of traction. Aqua mentioned this a while ago when he found it. He said there was a DLSS mod for Starfield.
Yep.
Which was interesting because I think maybe an hour beforehand he had mentioned it was the FSR2.
Yeah, FSR2.
Like, that's disappointing because that is just the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, if you're willing to go to someone's Patreon, I forget his name just at the moment. He has unlocked it. DLSS 2 for free, and DLSS 3 behind a small paywall of whatever you give to a Patreon. I hear it's not ridiculous, maybe like $4 a month, $3 a month, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he has made like $40,000.
Oh man!
And people have gotten into this big like, is it morally right, wrong, blah blah blah. I don't care. He is providing a legitimate service. Yeah, let him make his $4 per someone who wants that. What's really interesting about that to me is that DLSS 3 is very specific. It's very specific to the 40 series cards.
Okay.
I would think that these cards would not struggle so much, but I have been disabused of that notion. The 40 series seems to be in a rough spot, and the 40, 60 and below, or the 40, 70 and below, I think, were not doing well with Starfield in particular. I think they were getting up around 58 and as low as into the mid 40s. And with DLSS, it just makes a world of difference, which does, frankly, surprise me a bit. But hey, whatever works. So in that regard, I'm not surprised he's gotten so many people to get that, just to have a better experience. And like I said, my issue wasn't that he was essentially getting paid for his work. My issue did become that he has put DRM on it.
Oh.
Just because people were trying to, I forget. I'll be honest with you, I forget the reasoning why. So it's caused quite a bit of a stir. It's caused people to question a couple of things. Should modders get paid for their efforts? To which I think the answer is, yeah, if people are willing to pay for it, absolutely. Do you want this thing? Do you not have it? Yeah, you should probably pay for it. But should they then, as a modder, be allowed to inject any amount of DRM into it? Now there, I'm a little, and by a little I mean a lot, iffy on that one.
Yeah.
But regardless,
is it dark, pulse dark, pure dark or whatever? Is that who it is?
That's the one. Yes.
Yeah, because I have the DLSS like too.
And yeah, obviously
from the post.
That's not going to be the one that has the DRM on it because that's not the one that is paywalled.
Yeah. Is it Patreon or is it Ko-fi?
Oh, I don't know. I might have just been using Patreon as a catch-all for a way to in a friendly manner paywall content. So I was just interested to get your opinions on this. Like, I definitely think at the start when he was just offering a very legitimate service, because he does this for more than just Starfield. Any game that seems to come out recently with FSR instead of DLSS, and any game that can truly benefit from it, he seems to have a crack that allows DLSS to be used and has seen genuine, meaningful advancements for people's quality of play. And then the DRM happened. Yeah. And this is ongoing, and I haven't heard the end of any of this. I just know this is what happened, and it doesn't seem great. People are very angry in this. I've seen some real wild quotes. So, what are your thoughts?
I don't. I obviously don't like the DRM aspect of it. I have no issue with him paywalling it though. Yeah, I mean,
it's not even paywalling; it's just getting like paid for your work. So
yeah, essentially, it's a weird way to phrase this one in particular, right? Because like it technically it is paywalled. You can't get this thing unless you give the $3 to $4, however much it's behind.
It's $5.
But also, is it $5?
All right, I'm on his Patreon. Yeah, it's $5.
All right, it's $5, but you mean we pay $5 for a month and you get the DLSS. I imagine it can't be an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I mean, you just pay. I think you just pay the $5 once, and you
just the once, and you got it. So
yeah,
so there's that. So you are just paying for this guy who put in the work and learned how to do the thing that makes your content genuinely what you expected. And then now he's injecting other things into it, and it gets weird.
Is he injecting it into the things after the initial release?
I don't believe so. I think it's after a point. downloads are now with DRM.
Hmm.
If I understood correctly.
Wonder if he does that to stop people like buying it, distributing it on their own.
No, yes, that's exactly why.
Yeah, well,
because people saw that people were downloading it and just handing it out because it was a mod, and he did want his little $5 from everyone.
Yeah, is it to protect like himself from people just copying it and reselling it?
I don't know about reselling. I think he just wanted to make sure that it wasn't re-uploaded through other sites. Like if someone else grabs it and throws it up on Nexus, forget for money, for free.
Yeah.
He now doesn't get that $5, which sounds scummy, but seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
The problem is now the way he's going about it isn't great, and we know for a fact DRM can do some shady things.
Ah, okay.
Which is why this is a big conflicted thing.
I mean, I feel like it's okay, because I mean, at the moment, I highly doubt the guy's using it for anything
malicious. Sure.
Yeah, anything malicious. So, yeah, that's like the only thing I can like think of. Like, I mean, as long as he's not doing anything malicious, and he's just trying to make sure that people do pay him for his work, then I mean, it's just like watermarking a fucking image you pay somebody to commission for. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very against DRM on principle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm against DRM to an extent. I understand like why DRM's on Steam and stuff like that. I don't know. It's it is conflicting, is what it is.
Sure. I just figured since we were talking about ongoing issues surrounding Starfield, I'd bring up this one because it was a hot topic this week.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. DLSS 3 is not going to really fix anything that I have any issues with Starfield, so I won't pay the $5 to get it, but again, I mean, it's conflicting. I don't fault the guy. That's where my thing stands. I don't fault him. He's putting in the work to get people DLSS. If he wants to get paid for it, then he should be able to force people to make them pay for it if they want to get it, or they can learn to fucking code the DLSS 3 thing on their own, so they don't have to. So that's my opinion. I'm on neither side, but I would lean more towards the side of okay. I mean, I understand. I would probably defend it in court. There, how about that?
This is Ally McBeal arc by Aqua.
Yeah.
Aqua McBeal.
If I had to defend it in court, I would do it. So, yeah. But that's the news. That's the news this week. Or that's the news that I wrote down for this week. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, there's a bunch of bug fixes for Baldur's Gate 3. Like they fixed the Minthara ship.
The amount, the speed and amount of hotfixes coming out of that game is astounding.
Yeah, they even admitted that the characters were too horny initially. They needed to tone that down.
No. Turn it up more.
They'll have to actually shut everyone down. Goodness gracious, it feels like everyone's in love with Tab.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying. The hornier the better. I know there was an instance where like, if you accepted Lae'zel, when she first approaches you, after the Grove battle, and then you went to talk to Shadowheart, and she, I guess, like, approached you with interest as well. There was an option saying, asking if she would be okay with sharing. So I didn't click it. because I didn't know how
No,
that
no,
would go down.
Some characters are open to poly relationships.
I think that's not actually true. I think the only one that's true of is Halson.
Halson, I think Karlak as well.
Well, so stuff in game would make you think that.
Yeah.
But trust me, I've looked this up.
Oh.
Because I was very interested, because I initially started romancing Shadowheart, because obviously, and then I met Karlak and was like, oh no! So it doesn't look like you can do it with Karlak. It looks like Karlak will eventually make you choose. However, Halson will join in relationships with, I think, Minthera and definitely with Astarion. So...
Wait, you can have Minthara and Halson on your team
I'm surprised. I thought they'd hate each other.
Look, I'm just reporting what I've seen. I know Astarion for sure. I think it was Minthara, but that does make sense that there'd be no juju there because of what you'd have to have done.
Yeah.
Because
I'm pretty sure he approaches you and then you have to kill him, or at least beat him. Nope, new wording. At least have to defeat him.
Beat him. Give him a good little beating.
But yeah, he definitely he definitely does turn up.
You timed him out. He'll go to sleep now.
Oh no! What have I done? Yes, from my readings, only Halson is open to that, unless there are other NPCs that are not tied to being a companion.
Well, if Halson is open to that, means somebody else, at least somebody else has to be open to that, because
at least two other people have to. Yes.
Yeah, he does ask you. It's like only with permission from your partner, so he won't like hurt people's feelings. He's actually very respectful.
The real question is: are they actually poly, or are they just taking turns with Tav? Just a thought.
It's a harem anime.
I'm just saying. There are very few games where I care about the romance as much as I immediately cared about being romance multiple partners in this game. One is usually plenty for me, and then you introduced all of the female characters of this game. I was like, but wait. Like, I'm at some point in the next 10,000 hours, I will have romanced everyone in that game, just to see.
But yeah, that's the news. I mean, Leak's gonna play Baldur's Gate 3 this week, I'm assuming.
Yep.
There's 100 hours in this week. You can get to 300.
Oh wait, we did forget something.
We did.
Elder Scrolls 6, but it's not really worth mentioning because all they did was say they were starting early development. And then, like, how many years passed?
Yeah, it's a good thing you announced it like 8 years ago. Cool.
They announced that they were planning on making it like 8 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt there would have been early concepts and stuff, early game things, but yeah, officially starting early development.
That's cool. It'll be another Bethesda game. Dollar, what are you planning on playing this week?
A lot of Armored Core. I don't know if I will revisit Entropy Effect this week, unless there's a new update. But definitely Armored Core, and let's be real, I will probably absentmindedly put another hour or two into Hollow Cure.
All right, so I have a question.
I have an answer.
Leak.
Yeah.
Do you have Game Pass?
Not at the moment.
Duh, you have Game Pass, right?
I mean, not up, but I absolutely could. It wouldn't be very hard.
You know, Starfield comes out today on Game Pass.
Oh no, I'm fully aware.
Does it?
Yeah.
Aqua, if I picked up Armored Core last weekend with the intention of playing I almost said Stargate, Starfield this week, I'd be in a very bad way. I'm going to give it some time. Insofar as I can tell, I almost said Stargate again. Starfield is a very, very solid 8 out of 10. It'll be there. It'll be there for the next 10 years. Matter of fact, the more time I wait, the better that game's going to get.
Yeah, true.
So I'm not actually in a rush for that one. Armored Core, on the other hand, I promptly, immediately regretted not picking up at launch.
Just saying, it is the crisp, clean price of free today.
It's true. I mean, in my case, I pay about $10, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna load up Cyberpunk after I hit end recording, just to see how well that plays now. But I'm going to be playing Starfield this week. Definitely will be playing Hollow Cure. I can't believe I didn't talk about it, but also I obviously have played Honkai Star Rail.
It's fine. It's just upkeep.
Oh, there was a story patch this week, or I think we already. Well, technically, yeah, we already talked. Yeah. That I finished the event.
I haven't even started.
That event, you got 12 days.
I do, yeah.
And it's an event you have to actually work at, because it's a pretty long event.
Very well.
But it also gives you an ass ton of fucking jade.
All right, makes up for my time.
Yeah. So, and a bunch of Trailblaze power and a bunch of credits and shit like that. So it's pretty good. I liked it. Yeah. That's probably all I'm gonna play this week. Obviously I'm gonna load up Hollow Cure as well, and live my life in the world of Hololive girls. So that's pretty nice, pretty awesome. Yeah. You made it this far. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely